folks, and welcome to Chief Central, your go-to spot for all things Kansas City football. I'm your host, bringing you the latest from the heart of Chiefs Kingdom. Now, picture this. It's been over a decade since the Kansas City Chiefs last missed the playoffs. That's right, a streak that's defined an era of dominance, with Super Bowl rings stacking up like pancakes at a tailgate party. But tonight, we're staring down a tough reality. Could this be the end of the dynasty as we know it? Or is it just a plot twist in the epic saga of one of the NFL's most electrifying teams? Buckle up, because we're diving deep into where the Chiefs stand heading into Week 16, with heartbreak, hope, and a whole lot of heart-pounding analysis. Let's get into it. First off, let's recap the bombshell that's rocked Arrowhead Stadium and beyond. In a nail-biter of a game last week against their AFC West rivals, the Los Angeles Chargers, the Chiefs fell 16-13 in what turned out to be a defensive masterclass from the Bolts. But the real gut punch? Patrick Mahomes, our Superman under center, went down with a torn ACL in the final 2 minutes. He was scrambling like a man possessed, trying to will his team to victory, but that injury not only sealed the loss, it officially slammed the door on Kansas City's playoff hopes for the first time since 2014. Yeah, you heard that right. No postseason magic this year for the back-to-back-to-back contenders who've spoiled us with January thrills. Now, credit where credit's due, the Chargers earned this one. Their defense was lights out, swarming like bees on a picnic. Holding Mahomes and company to just 10 points? That's no small feat, even if the Chiefs' offense has looked a bit mortal this season. Jim Harbaugh's crew played with fire, sacking Mahomes multiple times and forcing hurried throws that just didn't connect like they used to. On the flip side, Kansas City's D held strong too, keeping Justin Herbert in check, but offensively, it was a struggle. Missed opportunities in the red zone, a couple of dropped passes. It's the little things that add up in these rivalry games. And speaking of rivalries, this AFC West showdown reminded us why the Chargers and Chiefs always deliver drama. Remember those epic shootouts in years past? This one was more of a chess match, but boy, did it sting for Chiefs fans. Let's zoom in on the man of the hour, or rather, the man who's now sidelined. Patrick Mahomes, the wizard who's rewritten the quarterback playbook with no-look passes and sidearm slings that defy physics. Graded at 76.0 by Pro Football Focus this game, ranking 15th among QBs, he still showed flashes of brilliance before that devastating injury. Surgery's on the horizon, and Mahomes is already talking about a Week 1 return next season. Chiefs Kingdom, cross those fingers for a speedy recovery because without number 15, this team isn't the same. But here's a fun fact to lighten the mood. Did you know Mahomes once threw for over 5,000 yards in a season back in 2018, his first as a starter? That's the kind of magic we're talking about. And let's not forget his partner in crime, Travis Kelce, who's been a reliable target through thick and thin. Kelce hauled in a few key catches in that Chargers game, but the offense as a whole? It's been sputtering, with injuries piling up and some key weapons like Hollywood Brown underperforming amid contract questions. Shifting gears to the bigger picture, this loss didn't just end the season, it cratered the Chiefs in the power rankings. According to Thomas Valentine over at Pro Football Focus, Kansas City plummeted a whopping 14 spots heading into Week 16. That's the kind of drop that makes you do a double take. Valentine put it poignantly, it'll be hard not to eulogize the Chiefs after their 16-13 loss to the Chargers. That firmly and finally shut the door on the Chiefs' postseason ambitions, but the bigger storyline coming out of the loss was the torn ACL suffered by Patrick Mahomes. Ouch. This is likely the lowest they've sunk in rankings since the early days of the Andy Reid era. For context, folks, the Chiefs have been top 5 staples for years, thanks to that high-octane offense that's averaged over 28 points per game in their prime seasons. Compare that to this year's dip below 24 points on average. Stats don't lie, and they tell a tale of a team that's battled through adversity but finally hit a wall. But hey, let's not write the obituary just yet. This 2025 season has been a roller coaster, marked by close calls, nagging injuries, and a roster that's shown its age in spots. Remember, this is the same franchise that rose from the ashes after decades without a Super Bowl. Founded back in 1960 as the Dallas Texans before moving to Kansas City in '63, the Chiefs have a storied history etched in Missouri lore. Arrowhead Stadium, that roaring sea of red with over 76,000 fans creating decibel levels that rattle opponents, it's nicknamed the loudest stadium in the world for a reason. Think about the legends who've donned the red and gold, Len Dawson leading them to Super Bowl IV victory in 1970, Derek Thomas terrorizing quarterbacks with his sack records in the 90s, or more recently, the dynamic duo of Mahomes and Kelce rewriting records. Mahomes has 3 Super Bowl rings already, LAV, LVII, and LVIII, and Kelce's got that pop culture flair, from his podcast with brother Jason to dating a global superstar. It's stuff that keeps the Chiefs in the headlines, even in tough times. Diving deeper into the analysis, what's gone wrong this year? Tactically, the offense has lacked that explosive punch. The offensive line, once a fortress, has allowed more pressures than in recent memory. Mahomes was sacked 45 times this season alone, up from 28 last year. Coaching-wise, Andy Reid, the mastermind behind those creative play designs, has had to adapt without a fully healthy squad. Injuries to key defenders like Chris Jones early on didn't help, though Jones bounced back with 10.5 sacks, reminding us why he's the anchor of that defensive line. For the uninitiated, the defensive line is that group of big guys up front who stop the run and rush the passer. Think of them as the team's bouncers. On the flip side, the secondary has been leaky, allowing big plays that turned winnable games into losses. Statistically, the Chiefs' turnover differential is -8 this year, a far cry from their +12 in championship seasons. Compare that to rivals like the Raiders, who've surged with a revamped defense, or the Broncos, who found stability under Sean Payton. Those AFC West battles? Always intense, the Raiders with their black hole vibes, the Chargers with their star power. It's a division that's kept the Chiefs sharp. To get some insider perspective, I caught up with a fictional Chiefs superfan, let's call him Joe from Overland Park, who's been tailgating at Arrowhead since the 80s. Joe told me, "Man, seeing Mahomes go down like that? It broke my heart. But this team's got grit. Remember when we lost Jamal Charles back in the day and still made a run? We'll rebuild stronger." Spot on, Joe. And imagine what Coach Reid might say in the locker room. "Boys, this hurts, but adversity builds champions. We've got the foundation, now let's architect the future." So, what do you say? Tune in next week, follow us for updates, and let's cheer on this team as they gear up for dominance again. Because in Kansas City, football isn't just a game, it's a way of life. Thanks for joining me. Until next time, go Chiefs!